Welcome to the deep dive. So if you're a leader in the CPG world, you probably know that feeling, right? Constantly pushing, always moving, but maybe, just maybe, wondering if all that frantic energy is actually getting you where you want to go.
Yeah, that feeling of sprinting but not quite gaining ground.
Exactly. Well, today we're diving into a really interesting idea from Denyse at C3 Centricity. She's a global expert, brilliant at reigniting momentum in careers and companies.
And this comes from her latest marketing deep dive series.
Right. And her core idea is, maybe surprisingly, that sometimes the boldest move, the fastest way to accelerate, is actually to strategically slow down.
It does sound counterintuitive, I admit. My first reaction was slow down in this market. But when you really think about the CPG landscape, the nonstop pressure for quarterly targets, this idea starts to make a lot of sense.
So our mission today really is to unpack this. How does this seemingly paradoxical idea work, and how could it apply to the challenges you, our listeners in CPG, are facing right now?
Let's jump into what Denyse calls the acceleration trap. I think this will resonate. It's that constant pressure cooker environment.
Oh yeah. Meet the numbers, beat the competition, adopt the latest tech AI is a huge one mentioned in the post. Just go, go, go. Faster.
It's like we're all caught in this race, maybe without even consciously deciding to enter it. But the thing is, Denyse points out, this often leads to diminishing returns.
How so?
Well, think about burnout. Your best people get worn down. And innovation, it often becomes just incremental, more of the same, just slightly tweaked, not the big breakthroughs.
Right. Not the game changers. The blog post mentions that anecdote about Top CPG Inc.
Oh yeah, the CEO who is always in fifth gear.
And what happened? Layoffs, failed product launches. It's a cautionary tale about that relentless push.
A really stark one. And it's not isolated. Denyse quotes at the McKinsey stat something like 67% of executives feel trapped in this acceleration cycle.
Wow, 2/3. That's huge.
Yeah.
So many leaders feeling like they're just spinning their wheels faster and faster.
Which leads to the questions Denyse raises. Is that frantic environment really where innovation thrives? Are we making our smartest, most strategic choices when we're constantly reacting? Probably not, right?
It seems unlikely. So if that's the trap, what's the way out? This strategic pause.
Exactly. But it's crucial, as Denyse emphasizes, to understand what this isn't. It's not stagnation. It's not just stopping. That can kill a company.
Okay, so it's different. How?
It's intentional, purposeful. It's about saving companies, not letting them drift. It's a structured step back.
I love that quote she included from the CMO of that big European consumer goods company. Something like, "We've been so busy sailing, we haven't checked if we're heading toward the right shore."
That sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? Taking a moment to check the map, check the compass before you sail full speed ahead.
So what does this strategic momentum pause actually look like in practice? The blog mentions that European CPG example.
Yeah, they did a few key things. First, they suspended all non-essential projects, just cleared the decks.
Okay, created some space.
Then, really deep dive customer immersion sessions, like properly understanding them again. Plus, a fresh look at the competitive landscape.
And importantly, dedicated innovation time, right? With no immediate deliverables demanded.
Yes, just time to think bigger. And the results, pretty staggering.
Tell us about those.
Well, they uncovered a $380 million opportunity in an adjacent market. They completely rebuilt their innovation pipeline focused on bigger, bolder ideas.
Wow, okay. That's significant.
And get this, a 24% jump in employee engagement in just 6 months. People felt reconnected, re-energized.
That engagement piece is huge. It shows it's not just about strategy, but also about people.
Absolutely. And it aligns with other research Denyse mentions, like from Harvard Business School. Companies that build in reflection periods, they tend to outperform peers by like 37% on innovation and profitability.
So it's not fluffy stuff. It translates to the bottom line.
Definitely not fluffy. As Denyse puts it, it's the thinking time you're too busy to take, but desperately need. It's structured recalibration.
Recalibration. That seems to be the core of it. Finding your true north again.
Yeah, because in the day-to-day CPG grind, it's easy to lose sight of the big questions. Are we even solving the right problems anymore? Do we really know what our customers value today?
Are our basic assumptions still holding true? Things change so fast.
They really do. The post uses Patagonia as an example of a company that constantly seems to realign around its core values, its mission, that keeps them anchored.
Makes sense. So how do you do that recalibration during a pause? Denyse mentions 3 ruthless questions.
Yeah, ruthless but necessary. First, challenge your assumptions. What truths are you clinging to without real, current proof?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Second, listen differently. What inconvenient signals, maybe from the market or your own teams, have you been kind of ignoring?
Because they don't fit the plan.
Maybe, or they're just uncomfortable.
Mm.
And third, reimagine success. If you were starting your business from scratch today, knowing what you know now, what would you prioritize above all else?
That's powerful. It forces you out of incremental thinking.
Totally. Like that tech company example in the post. They paused and realized they were chasing user quantity when the real value was in user quality and engagement. That shift came from the pause.
So that kind of clarity is the payoff. Okay, so for CPG folks listening, how do you actually implement this?
Yeah.
Denyse lays out a 5-step framework, the momentum paradox framework. Can we walk through that quickly?
Sure. It's called the momentum paradox because, well, you pause to gain momentum. Step 1 is signal the shift. You have to frame it positively. This isn't weakness, it's a strategic move to accelerate better.
Right. Manage the narrative internally.
Step 2, create containment.
Mhm.
Be super clear about what is paused and what essential operations continue. Don't grind everything to a halt unnecessarily.
Okay, got it.
Step 3, excavate insights. This is crucial. Go broad. Talk to customers, frontline staff, not just the C-suite. Get diverse perspectives.
Dig deep for the real story.
Step 4, pattern recognition. Look at all that info you gathered. What are the themes? The unusual connections, the friction points. Where's the energy stuck?
Find the signals in the noise.
And finally, step 5, catalyst selection. Based on those patterns, identify just 2 or 3 key leverage points. Where can you focus your effort for the biggest impact coming out of the pause? Don't try to boil the ocean.
Focus is key. And the post also mentioned tracking different kinds of metrics during this period, not just sales figures.
Yeah, things like insight density, how many good ideas are bubbling up, question quality, are we asking deeper, more strategic questions, and alignment clarity, are we getting on the same page?
Measuring the quality of the thinking, not just the usual outputs. And managing anxiety is important too, right? Keeping people informed.
Absolutely. Regular updates, maybe excavation reports, as Denyse suggests, help keep everyone bought in and show that progress is being made, even if it looks different.
Which brings us to accelerating out of the turn. I like that Formula One analogy Denyse uses. You brake before the corner.
You could hit the apex just right and accelerate faster coming out. Same idea here. The pause sets you up for a more powerful, focused acceleration afterwards.
So the result isn't just getting back up to speed, it's potentially getting ahead. Sharper direction, recharged teams.
Laser focus on fewer, bigger bets. Like that regional bank example went from 12 scattered digital projects to 2 really focused plays and leapfrogged competitors.
That's the potential.
Okay.
But there's a warning too, isn't there, about slipping back?
Yeah, you have to consciously protect the clarity you gained. It's easy to fall back into old, frantic habits. The pause needs to lead to sustained change in how you operate.
So the big question for everyone listening, is it maybe time for your company to consider a strategic pause? What are the signs Denyse points to?
Well, listen to the language your teams are using. Are words like frantic, burnt out, unsustainable cropping up a lot? That's a flag.
Okay, what else?
Is your innovation feeling tired? Just incremental improvements. Are you hitting the short-term numbers, but maybe feel like you're losing the long game, the bigger picture?
And top talent disengaging, that's a big one.
A huge one. If your best people are checking out, that's a serious warning sign that something's not right with the pace or direction.
It definitely takes guts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To deliberately hit pause when everything screams faster.
It takes real leadership boldness. But as Denyse argues, the CPG leaders who do have that courage, they might just be the ones who dominate the next decade.
It's that whole idea, again, slow down to speed up strategically.
It's about recognizing that sometimes the most powerful move isn't just more speed, it's gaining clarity, finding the right direction, and then hitting the accelerator with real purpose.
Well, this has been fascinating. For all you CPG leaders tuning in, we really hope this gives you some food for thought. Consider those questions Denyse raises in her marketing deep dive. Does any of this resonate with your current reality?
And if it does, maybe it's time to explore it further.
Absolutely. If you found this valuable, please subscribe to the deep dive for more conversations like this, and definitely check out c3centricity.com.
Denyse has loads more great ideas there, and you can actually book a free business makeover session.
Oh, that's fantastic. A chance to get some personalized insights for your business. Identify where you could accelerate by perhaps pausing first.
It's a great opportunity. It really leaves us with that final thought, doesn't it, for your business?
what seemingly counterintuitive move like this strategic pause we've been talking about could actually unlock your next big phase of growth and impact in the CPG world.
Definitely something to mull over.